You know, Mini-Me?
Dashi said, her voice carrying a mix of exhilaration and wonder.
Today feels like the start of something big.
The white tiger looked up, his eyes a piercing shade of blue that seemed to hold the secrets of the cosmos.
You always say that, Dashi.
He responded with a yawn, his tail swishing lazily behind him.
But today I feel it too.
The air was crisp and cool, hinting at the approach of autumn. Leaves fluttered down from the trees, creating a soft carpet underfoot. The forest they traversed was ancient, the trees tall and gnarled, their branches twisting together to form a canopy that shielded them from the harshness of the outside world. Dashi, a young and spirited girl with hair the color of the ocean, felt the excitement bubbling in her chest as they ventured further into the unknown. She had heard whispers of the legendary magic sword, said to be hidden deep within the forest, and she had made it her quest to find it. The white tiger, her guardian and mentor, had taught her much in the art of combat and the subtleties of the wild. His fur, as white as the purest snow, was a stark contrast to the dark greens and browns of the forest. His paws made no sound as they padded through the underbrush. He was a creature of great wisdom and strength, and his presence comforted her as they moved closer to their goal. Dashi's heart raced as they approached a clearing. The sun's rays pierced through the foliage, illuminating a circle of mushrooms that glowed with an ethereal light. She had read about these in the dusty tomes of the village library. These were the legendary guardians fungi, rumored to protect the sword. The tension grew as they approached, their eyes searching for any sign of danger. "Be cautious," warned the white tiger, his tail flicking with anticipation.
The sword is not meant for the faint of heart.
Dashi nodded, her eyes wide with determination. They stepped into the clearing, and the fungi's light grew stronger, casting a warm glow on their faces. The air was thick with the scent of earth and magic. Suddenly, the ground trembled, and a low growling echoed through the trees. The white tiger's fur bristled as he took a protective stance in front of Dashi. A monstrous creature emerged from the shadows, its eyes burning with malice. It was a beast Dashi had only seen in her nightmares, a twisted amalgamation of roots and vines, with a gaping maw lined with teeth that gleamed like sharpened stones.
The guardian of the sword,
Dashi whispered, her hand shaking as it hovered over the hilt of her own blade. The white tiger stepped forward, his fur now a blur of motion as he transformed into a being of pure, radiant light. His roar shook the very earth beneath them, and the vine creature recoiled, momentarily stunned. Dashi took the opportunity to draw her sword, her heart pounding in her ears. The white tiger had taught her that fear could be a weapon if harnessed correctly. She focused on the trembling in her hand, using it to fuel her determination. The creature lunged at them, its vines snaking out with unnatural speed. The white tiger met the attack with a grace that belied his size, swiping his paws through the air and leaving trails of light in their wake. Each strike sliced through the vines, but more grew in their place. Dashi knew she had to act, but she had never faced anything like this before. Her breathing grew ragged as she tried to remember the lessons her guardian had taught her.
Now, Dashi,
he roared, his voice booming across the clearing. "Strike with the heart of a tiger." Her eyes narrowed, and with a cry that resonated with the fiery spirit within her, Dashi charged the creature. The vines reached for her, but she was quicker. She ducked and weaved, her blade flashing in the sunlight. The creature's eyes widened in surprise as she sliced through its thick, woody tendrils. The sword felt alive in her hand, guiding her movements as if it had a will of its own. The vine beast roared in pain and anger, its form shifting and writhing as it tried to ensnare Dashi and the white tiger. Dashi could feel the power of the magic sword resonating with her very essence, urging her to press on. She leaped into the air, her blade arcing towards the creature's core. The moment her sword made contact with the heart of the beast, a shockwave of energy pulsed through the clearing, knocking the creature back and causing the ground to crack. The vines retreated, withdrawing into the earth as the creature's form began to wither and dissolve. The light from the guardian's fungi grew even brighter, and from the earth rose the hilt of the legendary magic sword, gleaming in the sun. Dashie's eyes locked onto it, her heart racing with excitement and fear. This was the moment she had been waiting for. The white tiger nodded solemnly at her.
Go ahead, Dashie. Take the sword. It is your destiny.
With trembling hands, Dashie reached out and grasped the hilt of the sword. It felt as if it was made for her hand alone, fitting perfectly into her grip. The moment her skin met the cool metal, a surge of power shot through her veins, and the blade hummed with a vibration she could feel deep in her bones. The light from the fungi grew blinding, enveloping her in a warm embrace that seemed to whisper ancient secrets in her ear. As the light subsided, she looked down at the weapon in her hand. The blade was unlike any she had ever seen before, shimmering with a rainbow of colors that danced along its length. It was alive with energy, and she could feel it pulsating with each beat of her heart. The white tiger stepped aside, watching her with proud eyes that gleamed with the light of 1,000 stars. Dashie stood in the clearing, the magic sword glowing faintly in her hand. Her chest heaved as she caught her breath, the adrenaline slowly ebbing away. She turned to the white tiger, his white fur streaked with light, his piercing blue eyes soft yet proud.